So you just got a camera. If you're like most people, you're starting off with the body, the kit lens, and nothing else. The top 5 items you'll want next that won't break the bank. I don't have an intro yet, so I can't roll an intro. I'm a photographer and owner of Vidalis Visuals. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Number 1, the most important thing I would say you need as a beginner photographer, as the next thing you need after you just bought your camera, would be batteries and a second SD card. The SD card is maybe not so much if you're just shooting photography. It's very hard to fill up an SD card with just photos. A lot easier with videos. I cannot tell you how many times my batteries or my friends' batteries die on us in the field when we're out shooting. Especially if you're shooting Canon. Canon is not known for the best battery life. I think Sony is a little bit better. It's also a major complaint I hear from my friends who are just hobbyist photographers, that their batteries die all the time and they need more batteries. Get a second battery. We outside now. The next thing that you're gonna need is a tripod. I actually have two right now. So I have the Photo Pro and I also have a series. That's the name. Yeah, that. Perfect example. My battery actually is dying on me on this camera. Yes, as I said, batteries definitely one of them. Another good thing about a tripod is you could set it down like this and now you could be in the group shot hands-free. Set a timer on it, and if you set a timer, then you don't have to be constantly holding the camera. You're gonna need to set down the camera at some point, so yes. Third item, tripod. The other item I would suggest is this. A wireless trigger. Well, a wireless remote. If you're gonna set it down on a tripod, it is very convenient and easy to. So I actually just stopped this from recording by using this. So you could stop it from recording, start it recording, take photos while you're in frame. It's a lot easier than having to manually go around. It's around $60 for the one I have, which is a Canon, because again, I'm a Canon shooter. But look around at whatever brand that you have. It's gonna be around the same price, less than $100, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you're a landscape photographer or if you do long exposures. Long exposures, you're gonna introduce shake if you don't have the camera on a tripod. I would recommend the mic that I'm using right now, which is the Rode Video Micro, or any of the Rode cameras, because the wind is picking up a little bit, but you're probably not gonna hear it on this audio. I actually had to re-record my outro and my mic part because I realized the mic was off. So the recording that I actually had with me talking to the mic, so this particular mic that I'm using, I don't know the name of it. That one you actually have to flip on a button, whereas the Rode Video Micro, you don't. I would recommend getting one where you don't have to flip on a switch on and off, because like with this one, I just checked to make sure that the mic is on, but yeah, like this one, you're gonna have an issue where the mic might be off and you didn't realize that it was off the entire time, and like me, you're recording and then you got no audio. The good thing about an off-camera mic is that you don't hear the sounds of actually holding the camera, because you could hear that sound. I would recommend a prime lens, either a 50mm or a 35mm. This is actually the first lens I bought after the kit lens on my Canon M50. I still use it to this day. This is a great lens. It's $120. It's not that expensive. And the lens that I'm actually shooting on is the other prime lens that I would recommend, which is the 35mm macro RF. The only reason why I didn't include this one is because I didn't say this one first, because it's a newer lens. It's for the RF mount rather than an EF mount, and similarly it's more expensive. It is $500. It's on sale, I think, for $400 right now, and I actually picked it up for $400. But this is a great little lens for $100 and something. The RF version is like $200. The Sony is, I think, $250. Whatever your camera brand, they're gonna have a 50mm, generally a 1.8. That's gonna be inexpensive and a really good lens to get you started on after your kit lens. It's cold out here in these streets. I know a lot of people feel very strongly about either 50 or 35. I personally just like a 35 a little bit more, probably because I just love this lens a little bit more. But we're gonna try out this 50mm manual today. which ought to be fun. Final thing, if you are actually thinking about buying a lens for someone, you need to know what kind of camera brand they have and the mounting type. Those are the 5 items I would recommend for a beginner photographer to buy for yourself for Christmas, or someone you know who's a beginner photographer. The first things you're gonna want. Let me know if it's helpful in the comments below, and if you made it all the way to the end, show some love to your boy by hitting the like button and subscribing. Okay guys, so thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.